What's up, everyone? Mike from What the Fun. This debate section is from our latest episode of Test Your Might, the weekly video game debate show. The full episode is found on any podcast app of choice with Apple and Spotify links down below. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.
On to the first debate. Mike, you were on last week as host. And Cicero, you were not on. So Cicero, you get to choose if you'd like to go first or second. Again, this week is Unchained, which we seem to like over here at Test Your Might, and fans do too. Not allowing myself to cut in the conversation unless needed to redirect. But for the most part, you guys host the conversation throughout the debates, and I make a decision towards the end. So on to the first one. Cicero, after I read it, you can decide if you'd like to go first or second.
Okay.
Can I get a clarification, please?
Sure.
Is this first or second for the entire debates? Because you are not clarifying that, good sir.
A callback. Cicero, you will get to decide if you'd like to go first for this debate.
Okay.
Section. All right.
The fight. What?
So Aspire is publishing an awesome Saturday morning cartoon themed sword and sorcery first person rogue-like adventure in MYTHFORCE. That was a mouthful. So you get to pick a cartoon character of your choosing to make an appearance as a playable character in this game, and which character, the one you pick or your opponents, would destroy each other and who would win a fight. I'm trying to read it proper. Cicero, would you like to go first or second for this debate?
I would like Mike to go first for this debate.
Okay, Mike, you are going first for this debate section.
Great. Love it. Saturday morning cartoons, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure, Cicero, I know you're just old, but I mean, you watch Saturday morning cartoons. So I know we're all in this sort of like ethos of how amazing Saturday morning cartoons are, right?
Sure.
And one of which I was a huge fan of. I remember distinctly being in pre-K, before kindergarten. I was in this preschool at a church in Des Plaines, Illinois, and yes, that is how you pronounce it. And they had the most wonderful toy that was based on one of the most wonderful television shows that I used to watch when I was growing up.
VeggieTales.
No. And it was a castle.
Okay.
And it had gargoyles. And it was the Gargoyles Castle. And so this game needs none other than Goliath to be in the game. I sort of imagine him as this like brute gargoyle, very, very melee focused. Doesn't necessarily use weapons at all, but he can. He's a sentient gargoyle. He could wield something, right? But his brute strength and his physique and his stature in this world would be really, really fun, because from what I gathered from the trailer, they didn't have too big of a brute force, that like Goliath would be. And so I'm looking forward to Goliath being the next DLC character for this game,
All right. Cicero, go ahead with yours. And remember, this is 1v1. So your Goliath will fight Cicero's choice, and that's how this debate will go.
Okay.
But it does match the art style. I like it. Cicero, go ahead.
So, also matching the art style, as Mike has alluded to previously, I am old, and I've watched a lot of Saturday morning cartoons. I've also watched cartoons not on Saturday morning. I've watched them on Monday mornings and evenings and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Heck, even Sundays sometimes.
Like cartoons.
As a result, I've seen a lot of cartoons. So there are a lot of them that are rolling around in my Rolodex, and one of which happens to be one of my favorite cartoons of all time. It's a little known show called The Legend of the Galaxy Rangers. And this particular character is named Shane Gooseman. Shane Gooseman is Goose's ability is not only does he have twin laser 6-shooters, and he's a crack shot with his laser 6-shooters. But he also has bio implants that give him the ability to shapeshift in limited capacity, right? And in this game, he will allow him to shapeshift with and mix in with the different ads and mobs that are coming to attack you. Like you've got a rogue, but you don't really have like a sorceress. There's a mage, but there isn't really someone that kind of blends those two archetypes together, and that's what Goose would be able to do. And not only that, but Goose has incredible healing properties, so he can heal really quickly. And he is a marksman with any type of projectile weapon. So he is just an incredible character. Shane Gooseman will come in, and he will be the best type of DLC. And if you take a look at the Galaxy Rangers, you will see that the art style is remarkably similar to that of MythForce and what Aspire is doing. So he would fit right in with the rest of those characters. Even, dare I say, even more so than Goliath. Goliath, an incredible character, but with some flaws. If you want to highlight those flaws, Mike, you go right ahead. Otherwise, I'll do my best to highlight them for you.
I mean, feel like that should be your cup of tea as far as the flaws are concerned. Okay. Gargoyles, right? Is a fantastic show. It sort of fits the aesthetic a little bit as well for this TV show. But again, we are going 1v1 here, as Justin profoundly wrote this question. And I just think with the stature, the build, the physique of Goliath versus Shane Gooseman. I never heard of this character, by the way. Little goose here with 2 guns. I think that Goliath's physique and his abilities are just a little bit too quick for the Gooseman here. He's got gliding powers. He's got claws. He's also very, very intelligent, as we see throughout the show. He's not going to, Goose is not going to pull one over on Goliath here. He also has that sort of like endurance, like you see just his ability to continue the fight. I mean, Goliath is I could do this all day in the Gargoyle universe, okay? There's this 1v1 is pretty easy. His stature, his physique. He's also a gargoyle, which, I mean, every once in a while he just turn into stone and just protect himself and then grow back again, that sort of thing. So, I mean, he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Mike, you pull the phrase from the one and only Steve Rogers, Captain America, by saying that he could do this all day, but that is a misnomer about Goliath. He could do this all night. All day, he is stone. And if you remember the Gargoyles cartoon, as I do, you'd remember that one of the problems with them being stone is that stone can be destroyed. And so it's not protecting him. It's leaving him vulnerable. And the one thing that's great about Goose is, like, you're right? Goliath can glide, and he's very strong, and he's very durable, and he will go in, and he will attack with brute force and do all of those things. But guess what? The guy that he's fighting is agile, and if he does get hit, he heals really fast. You know what that means? That we're going to have a long, protracted battle. And you know what that means for Goliath? That means that battle can last into the morning. And if that battle lasts into the morning, Goose has won. It's over. It's over for Goliath because Goliath is stone. And all that needs to happen is that stone needs to be destroyed. The end. Goose has won. The legend of the Galaxy Rangers rides on.
Oh man, I think the one thing that you're neglecting is his superior intelligence. I think that Goliath would think of ways to protect himself if he does get gargoyled, so to speak. And obviously, the "I could do this all day" is a phrase that is just used, right? And certainly that is probably a big knock against me. I'm looking at Justin's face right now. Sure, whatever. That was a good argument, but day could just mean a certain period of time as well. It depends on who is interpreting it.
Right, and
here's the thing.
Oh, okay,
here's the
please,
thing. No, I'm not done. Get out of here.
Right.
Here's
But
the
Goliath
thing.
is
Like,
done.
Goliath can do this all day, but he's not going to need all day, right? He's just going to need that night because of his ability to outthink Goose. He's going to be able to just destroy him regardless. I think his stature, his bigness, there's going to be no way for Goose to heal because he's going to be dead. there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think the gargoyle is going to be too ferocious.
Silly
Fury. He's going to bring the furiosity. He's going to finish the fight.
Presumptive assumption that Goliath, as intelligent as he is somehow more intelligent than a bioengineered super soldier named Shane Gooseman is ridiculous. And like, you know what? I gotta give it to you. Right? You know, sometimes ignorance is bliss. And Mike, you don't know anything about the Galaxy Rangers. You don't know
That's true.
The legend of the Galaxy Rangers. Well, allow me to explain to you about the legend of the Galaxy Rangers and you know, and Goose, right? Every cartoon has that guy, right? The Turtles had Raphael. The X-Men had Wolverine. The Galaxy Rangers had Goose. He is that guy. He is the guy that everybody's like, oh, wait a minute. That's the guy that everybody wants to be. That's the guy that's going to win the day. That's the guy that you got to watch out for. You can't beat Goose, right? And Goliath, Goliath is great. He's majestic. He is tactical. He is wise. He is thoughtful. He has empathy. He has all of those things. But he is not ruthless. And he's majestic. And that is where he will falter. Because Goose will win. Goose is a survivor. And not to, you know, again, Goliath is a survivor. He survived hundreds of years at his castles. Standing there being thoughtful. But that's thoughtfulness is not going to win the day against Goose. And
yeah, but here's the thing. You're saying that because he is just a thinker and he tries to sort of deduce the situation before, doesn't mean that he doesn't have the ability to attack or be aggressive or win the day. Also, I'm reading a little biop on this Goose man here, right. And he only has limited control over his healing power. Somebody who is a thinker and who is as intelligent as Goliath would be able to figure out that he has this healing power and be able to adapt to the situation to overcome his only limited resources to manipulate his molecules to heal. Goliath is going to figure that out first and then be able to be aggressive and attack where it's going to hurt.
Well, you know what is faster than gliding? You know what's faster than gliding? Just about anything. But you know what's faster than just about anything? Projectile weapons. And that's what Goose has at his disposal. Not only does he have the 2 laser 6-shooters that he's got at his disposal, but he also has any projectile weapons that he may find as he's going about his business, going to defend himself against this renegade gargoyle that is trying to end his life. And again, this is not going to be an easy battle. This battle will be protracted. And it may be a draw all night. But the second the day hits, Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it's going to be over before the night with.
Well, I mean, you
Goliath
can
on
say
top.
whatever you want. You can say whatever you
so
want.
can you.
But that is, but see, the difference is, I know from Goliath and I know from Goose, and what I'm telling you is that Goose will take the day because Goose can heal, because Goose is tactical, because Goose is a super soldier, because Goose will have projectile weapons, because Goose has agility to keep him from Goliath, to keep Goliath from getting his hands on Goose.
Goliath is just as agile. He could go tick for tack, blow for blow. Goliath can be with him.
And when the day begins, Goliath turns to stone. And as soon as he turns to stone, he will turn to rubble.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Quack, 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 quack. All right. Mike, you had some valiant efforts to try and come back from the words that Cicero spoke. But David, nay. I think it was Goose today that took down Goliath. That's David.
I like that. I like that.
All right. Mike, I think you did yourself in when you said I can do this all day. And that was a tough thing to come back from. You really did hurt your argument with that statement, unfortunately.
That doesn't hurt my argument. Cicero just used it.
It did. It was a knife right in.